Octavius.
Well, it's a long story, brother. We have to do 3 or 4 interviews to get all that in.
We're
But
here
I'm
for
gonna I'm gonna tell you, man. You know, I started off way back in the day. This how far I go back. I used to sell cassette tapes with Too Short on the back of the bus, man. 1982, 83. We used to sell cassettes, man, on the bus, man, getting $5 a cassette back in '82. So that tell you how long
it.
I've been doing this stuff, man. When E40 was skinny, you know what I mean? We've been doing this for a long time. I've been in the music business 45 years. I used to do all the marketing and promotions for all the major and independent labels across the country. And I was one of the first guys that had the rap vans. And we was promoting and pushing music, man, from coast to coast. You know what I mean? From the down south to the west coast and Midwest and New York and Miami, man. We was all over the place. And then, you know, we went worldwide with it. So I've been doing it and promoting everybody, man. Most of the major people I promoted, Master P stuff. I did all the uh, uh, Hammer stuff, man. We pushed a lot of platinum and gold albums out with our promotion company. That's what I was known for, is promotions and marketing. And we went everywhere from the flyers to the posters to the radio stations to the clubs to the retail stores when it used to be record stores all over the place. We would go there and promote. We did that for years, man. So that's how I got my name, but by building that and selling millions and millions of records, man. And that's how I got my start. And then I finally opened up a couple record stores myself, a couple recording studios, and the rest is history, man. And radio, TV shows. We was doing podcasts before they were called podcasts. It was called TV shows, and so I've been busy, man. I've been real busy, man. I've been blessed. You know, what I mean, I have to thank God that music was there for me. Because if music wasn't there, I probably would have been in the pen or dead, man. Because the way I grew up in Oakland, you know, it was just that way. Once crack hit the scene, man, it was you had two ways. I could have been super rich or super dead. You know what I mean? So those were the options we had, or go to school and you know and do what we had to do. But the music saved my life, and that's why I always continue to give back to the music.
No, most definitely. That you said a mouthful right there, Octavius. So we in here with the legendary Octavius Miller, y'all. Mixaholic Mondays, y'all know what it is. You never know who we gonna have on next. Now, like that leads me to my next question too, as well. Like that you said, if it wasn't for the music, you know, you probably wouldn't even be in the position that you are today. I feel like in today's generation, in today's climate of music, I feel like people take it for granted, you know, what the music can do for you, especially when you can record in your bedroom and you can do a lot of these different things. I caught the tail end of of vinyl and having to carry crates and all those different things. I've been doing it since the '90s, so I definitely caught the tail end of that. And I feel like a lot of these youngsters today really don't understand and understand and understand the struggle of people like yourself, people like Kermit, people like P the Funky Skunk, like who paved the way for us to even be here today. They take it for granted what this music can do for them and what it is doing for them. If you got a little bit of
Yeah,
experience,
I mean, we
definitely
took it
love
for
that.
granted too, you know, because you know I mean, we basically had our, you know, everybody has their generation of music that they love and they like, but shit, we liked our parents' music. They had Motown, so it wasn't like we hated on their music at all. We took from that, we derived from that, then it turned from Motown into the '70s funk, into the disco, into the hip hop era. So we know all the different eras that it converted in, but what it is, it's like having all this music is almost like a gumbo of stuff. But you know, I think the kids in New York or the rappers in New York, they always paid homage to the Cool Hercs and everybody that came before them. They always do that. That was the difference between the West. You know, they always think that the West started with NWA, but it didn't. It started with Uncle Jam's Army and Ice T and all those guys before NWA. So they don't know the history of it, and they, you know, the West is coming back now just because Kendrick is on top. So now the West got an opportunity to come back and do a lot more things. But we got shut out of the business after Pac and Biggie thing, after the East and West Coast beef. They shut the West Coast out because we was still gang banging, still doing all the stuff that we talked about in records. We wasn't just talking about in records; it was actually living that life. And so that was the difference between that, you know, and I'm kind of glad it helped the South blow up even more. So, you know, so that was a good thing. They had the party music, you know, we had the gangster music, but we had party music too. We had Hammer and DJ Quick, and we had other people, you know, Digital Underground and all these legends that had good music and you know party music, but the gangster rap just took over after '93. It was all gangster after that for a while. but we still had conscious music in between that. We had a Scary X and Paris, and Too Short was just some Mac music, just some music you can just ride to and laugh and have fun, and that kind of situation. But it got real hectic out west, especially when Pac and the Biggie thing got down. It really came to a hilt that people didn't respect it, and they didn't respect. Then they just got to the point they didn't want to respect either coast, and we just gonna listen to the down south music, and down south music took off. And then after that, it was all good. Midwest always been around. They had the Twisters, MC Breeds, and all these guys, and the R&B still stuck around, but it's not as powerful no more. But hip hop will always be here. When we're long gone, and I just want to preserve the West Coast. That's why I do the West Coast Hip Hop Awards. Like I said, they blackballed us out of the business from '96 on until shit, basically up until Kendrick just broke it out. So, that's why we created our own award show, because we didn't have any outlets to do our thing in. It was like, we couldn't travel, couldn't go nowhere, couldn't make any money, and we damn sure wasn't getting no honors, wasn't getting no awards from anybody because they wouldn't play our music. So we couldn't get into those categories. And that's why I created the West Coast Hip Hop Awards in 2008. I tried to do it in 2000 actually, but I was on the road so much touring and promoting, so I didn't really have time to do it. So I finally settled down, started in 2008. Now we're 16 years running, and it's been big and growing ever since. And this Saturday we'll be outside Los Angeles in Adelanto Stadium, rocking it out there, man. We got MC8 and rapping Forte and just a whole plethora, High C, all the old school, LA Dream Team, Uncle Jam's Army. And we're honoring these guys. We're giving them love. We're giving them flowers because they'll never get them from BET and all these other award shows. They will never give them any kind of love. So we just spreading the love, man. We ain't got nothing against any coast. Man, I love all the music, man. I'm like I said, I'm worldwide, and music saved my life. So I'm down with every coast. I'm down with every state. I don't care if you're in Colorado. I don't care if you're in Arizona or Detroit or Chicago, whatever, man. You got your music good, your music good. Let your music speak for itself. It's just my thing that I'm preserving out here on the West Coast. And that's me. I grew up in Oakland, Black Panther, actually born and raised in Flint, Michigan, then moved to Oakland when I was 12 years old. So I've been rocking them with the West ever since then, but still got love for my roots. All my Flintstone people out there, I got love for y'all. You know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
going.
But yeah.
I was wondering
So
if you was gonna bring up Flint.
yeah, man. That's still home base. I mean, when I go back, I went
Midwest.
to school. I went to school with Melvin Riley from Ready for the World, and then when I got to Oakland, I went to school with Raphael Sadiq and Tony, and and then I went to high school with Drew Down, MC Hammer, Too Short. We all went to high school together. So I've been around this music thing all my life, man. And like I said, man, it's been a lot of people that helped me along the way. I didn't do it by myself, but I helped a lot of people along the way too. So I think it's a give and take situation with the music industry. Everybody, I feel that you should help people, if you can. You ain't obligated to help nobody but yourself. I understand that, but the way God put you in position to help people, you should do that. You know what I mean? And in our award show, what we're doing, we're building bridges, not fences. So we're really trying to help as many people as we can, put them on, get them up on the NFT, the NIL, the digital downloads, and keep from getting raped by these labels and these record companies, man, that don't care about you. You know what I mean? And I grew up in the Bay knowing it was an independent thing, and we had Mac Dre's and Jacka and all these different people, man. And even Too Short, like I said, we were selling tapes back in the day for $5 cassette. Now they only want to give you I think a third of a penny, for each download, man. That's crazy how they break that down, but they still keep the lion's share of the money. So I tell everybody to keep their own product, you know what I'm saying? Work, sell your own music, keep it on your website. That way you can count and control the money that you make. You know what I mean? You leave it up to other people, they can tell you sold 300 copies, but you actually sold 30,000. You'll never know. And so that's why I always tell people to keep account of what they're doing, make sure that music is registered, make sure you got a good attorney. So you can't have your drunk uncle being your manager. You got to get a real manager, somebody know what they're doing that can help you. You can have your drunk uncle as your personal manager, but not your manager. You need somebody that's professional and know what they're doing. So that's why I'm saying just keep pushing everything that you need to push. Love your music, love your craft, and make everything beautiful for you.
Now, two things I'll tell you is, out of everything that you said that really stuck out to me. One was about we were talking about this as well, about the streams versus physical copies. We were talking about this a few weeks ago. We bring this up a lot, and you brought it up as well, where you can't really tell how many units that you're selling. They just telling you what you're selling. So how does that work in any business model? It really doesn't. And then Snoop was just talking about this recently, how it needs to be restructured as far as people going back and maybe doing more physicals themselves. Talking about how we putting it on our own websites, doing different things to counter that, because the streaming services are not really letting people know how many units they're really selling, and then they're not really compensating them for the work that they're doing. So
Well, they're
it's
gonna keep,
you
yeah.
brought that up, you
Yeah,
know.
they're gonna keep moving the goalposts away from you, because every time that like I said, if you sell 1,000 copies, you're supposed to know that they have dashboards, they have these different platforms to show you what they say that you sold. But they used to do that with the physical thing too. Let me go back. So they would they would make other copies off your, even off your CDs and your cassettes back in the day. They would double those up and you didn't know, so it was always a way for them to make money on the side with your, but the thing is, man, it's our art. It's our art, and we the last ones to get paid. We the first ones to put everything up. It's always our artistry in their division and taken from us. You know what I mean? And that's a horrible thing, to do. But they figured out ways to play you. Sometimes you can get some upfront money, which is cool. But at the same time, when they give you the upfront money, they want you to pay that back on the ass end. And then they'll tie it into your taxes. They'll tie it in and say, oh, we pressed up this, we pressed up that. And so they still make the money. So I suggest, this is just my suggestion, if you're going to be independent, then be independent all the way. Press your own product up, number them. So that way, if somebody, sells something or resell, the number is still in there or whatever, then that way, how many units you sold.
Hey, can I say one thing? Can I say one thing? Excuse me for interrupting you, Ak, but on what you and Punch are touching on right there, I just wanted to put this in. One thing that has come back around that I think could definitely be to everybody's advantage if you use it in the right way. One thing that has came back is vinyl. You can't bootleg vinyl as easily. And also, if you press your own, one thing that we used to do, and I was right there on in the Bay, with the hammer thing and all that, but they started out pressing their own records, their own vinyl, and vinyl is back. If you notice in all the big stores, it's not CDs no more. They actually got the vinyls, and they selling the Bluetooth turntables right there along with the vinyls. All Walmart's, Targets, whole major retail outlets. So we independently just embrace the strategy of pressing our own independent vinyl, because there's some vinyl pressing plants that have came back into the business. And just like Eazy-E and them did, they went to McCullough, they got their own records pressed, and they control every dollar of every record that was sold. And then when you get to the big bucks, they're gonna turn around and try to throw you the money just to be a distributor, and they take the little percentage. But so I was just wanting to throw that out there. A lot of young people have not embraced that concept yet. And me and Octavius, we come back from that. That's how, like you said, you press your own copy, your own CD, your own cassette tapes, and have your records pressed up in vinyl, like Hammer and them did with Busted Productions at first before they went to Capitol. And I just wanted to throw that in.
I was there for that. I was there for that, and that's true. But vinyl was very expensive to press. It's getting cheaper now because a lot more people are doing it. And that's one thing you can't bring a big ass record in your car, and the music still runs by your car. So you got to plug it in, or you still got to they quit putting CD players in cars, but people
You don't
still got them in
eliminate the
there because
downloads,
they
though.
want to do a
You keep
thing. Yeah.
downloading.
But I'm saying, but even the downloads, you need to control that. You can have your own website where they can download your music off of your website. And that's the one way you can control your dollars that way. It's plenty of ways to get the money, but you want to monetize everything that you do, everything that you say, every business that you get into. You make sure your monetization is part of your contract. You never sign a 360-degree deal, because the 360 deal, they get your show money, get part of your show money too, and you don't want that, because that's how independent artists stay alive, is with their show money. They can still sell out shows. If you notice on most of the downloads and the YouTubes and whatever, you'll see the shows are still selling out and people are packing those out. And that's how the artists make money in 2024 and beyond. that's always going to be your bread. But you're still gonna have to promote. You're still gonna have to do the tangible things to get your name out there. You can do the internet like everybody else, but it's a billion other people doing the same thing you're doing, and it's a billion other people trying to sell music too. Everybody can't be a rapper. Everybody can't be a superstar, but you can still make a good living doing what you love, which is music. I don't seen people come and go, man, over the years, and some of them, they took off and they became huge stars. Some of them maintain enough where they make $200,000 or $300,000 a year to live off music, and some just gave up and they're working at UPS. But everybody have a dream, you know what I'm saying? But it take hard work and dedication to fulfill it, and it's a tough road to go. That old adage, a starving artist. But you really have to sacrifice if you really want to get down. You know what I'm saying? You can't go out every weekend. You gotta miss some meals. You gotta eat some top ramen noodles. You gotta sardines and crackers. You gotta grind it out and stack your money and invest in yourself. A lot of people look for other people to put money into them, but if you're not putting money into yourself, who's gonna put money into you? You know, it's just so much that we can talk about, but you don't necessarily have to be an entertainer. You can be an engineer, you can be a DJ, you can be a promoter, you can be you can be a banker, you can be a guy that set up tours, you can be a manager, you can do a whole bunch of things in the music business. So you don't
Absolutely.
necessarily have to be a recording artist, to make money and make a good living at it. I got lucky and I worked hard. I busted my butt and went out there and did the work. And it's work. It's hard work. People think it look easy and it's glamorous, but man, it's hard work and it's dangerous. I'm going to Chicago. I'm going to New Orleans. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to Detroit. I'm going to Bronx. I'm passing out flyers and going through these different neighborhoods, not knowing what color they gonna want me to wear or whatever. So I stayed neutral. I just wore white. You know what I mean? I just wore white everywhere I went. I was dirty because I'm passing out flyers and hanging posters, but I just wore white, because I didn't know who was who, what was what block was this, what city was that. So I just did the work, man. And but one thing that I know about music, it brings everybody together. It's the great uniter. So, and I've been everywhere around the world with music. Thank God that took me away from, just becoming, I ain't gonna say I was gonna become a big drug dealer or nothing, but that was one of the routes I could have took. You know what I'm saying? I didn't choose that because I seen how it devastated Oakland. I seen what it did to our community. And Oakland was like Wakanda. It was beautiful. Black people everywhere, black cars, black dog, black everything. It was lovely, man. We had a beautiful life. But when crack came, man, it just turned our city into a terror zone, and it was just nuts. I lost a lot of good friends. A lot of beautiful sisters passed away and became hookers and strippers and all kind of stuff, man. A lot of rappers made it out. A lot of them died. A lot of big cats that were super big, man. They went to prison, and by the time they got out, the style had changed on them, and it was just different. But I I just feel that music should be evolving. I feel that we shouldn't be doing Booty Hole Brown and all that now. We should be evolving to where music is still entertaining, but at the same time it's still educate. I think we can. It's some of us that can do that, and then some of us that can do the ratchet stuff if we want, because we want that in our lives. If you're at the club or whatever, you still want to be able to have fun and do whatever you want to do. But I think our music should be evolving instead of being stagnant. And I think it's been stagnant for about 10 years. And I think, I mean, Kendrick, it was still a diss song. I mean, it wasn't a song that brought people together. It divided people. So even though it's a great song and it brought the West back, I still think that we still can do other things that can make this music go back. Because I have, music used to give me goosebumps. Music used to make me happy. We used to make love to our women, and we used to court women and take them out. We had music to listen to. We ain't got none of that now. The R&B is basically dead. You know what I mean? And the hip hop is so over the top that it's no in between. It's like looking at a beautiful woman, but she's butt naked, and you already don't seen everything she got. So we just need to change a little bit of things, man, and just advance our music and our culture to a better thing. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Everybody got their own, so I don't trip. It's all love.
No, most definitely. Octavius, we got Octavius Miller in the building. Hey, we get to talking that real shit. I end up getting kicked off my own show. That's how you know we talking some real shit tonight.
Oh yeah, yeah, hell yeah. I got to tell you something. My battery about to die. I don't
Yes,
mean to
sir.
cut be because if it might cut off on you. If it do, I know I just let y'all know, man. I love y'all, man, and I appreciate everybody that's in the music business doing what they can do, and I hope they make it because a lot of us want to do it. They don't want to work regular jobs. They want to do music for a living. I say you can, but it's called the sacrifice if you can do it. And if you got to sacrifice, then you got to have tough skin in this music business because a lot of people, your friends will gas you up, but people on the internet and strangers, they'll tear you down. They'll tell you what they feel because they, ain't no repercussions because they ain't in front of you. So they're gonna talk crazy to you, but you just gotta have tough skin in this music business, man. That's all. And just keep doing what you're doing. As long as you do what you love, you never work a day in your life. And I haven't worked a day in my life, brother. I feel blessed.
Hey, I want to say this before your battery died. I appreciate all the years that I've known you. I appreciate you working with me closely on this edutainment thing and this making our music better thing. This mission that we on, putting quality and also putting examples out there for the younger people to know that they can have careers in this entertainment business. Yeah, you're right. Everybody's not going to be a superstar rapper or superstar singer, but all of them superstars got teams that's built up of people that are professional, that hone their craft, practice, and become what they are. And if it wasn't for them, they wouldn't be superstars. So
Right.
being a part of that team and getting to know people and resources, and they say, "Oh, DJ Punch, we need to mess with him because he know everything to do to make money." They,
We
uh,
ready.
so thank you for rocking with me and thank you for being on this show with my man
Man,
Punch and all that.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. DJ Punch, we got a trophy for you too, bro. Putting in work, bro.
Oh man.
And we
Oh man.
definitely out here doing our thing, man. And we appreciate your show and all the stuff that you do for the music business, man. Like everybody deserves their flowers, man. You work hard, you deserve to get that. You deserve to get paid. You deserve to have people honor you, man, and wish you luck and wish you well and push you to make you go even further. You know what I mean? That's what we're here for. We're supposed to advance each other. We're supposed to push each other and make each other better. And that's what we're doing. So our motto, man, is we're building bridges, not fences. And that's what I believe in. We just building bridges, man, for everybody to come across, man, and love on each other, man. And we need to respect each other more and love each other more, man, and stop killing each other, man, over dumb stuff. I love my black peoples, man. I love us, man, but we got to come together on some positivity, on some love. And if anybody start hating, then we jump on him. We got to keep the positive on top, not the negative on top. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that's gonna happen over these next few years that we don't know about, even especially if Orange dude get in. Y'all gonna be tripping how these police is gonna be acting. They're gonna be buck wild and shooting on people for no reason, and they can get away with it. So you need to get out there and vote and do what you can, man. I know it's the lesser of the two evils, but we still got to do something. Can't just let these cats just do whatever they want to do, man. And they've been shooting us and killing us, and some of them been going to jail, but a lot of them haven't been. And they killing our sisters, just coming in their house and just shooting them right in their kitchen, killing them dead, man. We got to stop that. As black men, we need to protect our women. We need to protect our communities. We need to love each other more. And that's all I got to say, man. I love y'all, man. I'll see y'all.
Definitely. Likewise. I appreciate you, Octavius.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate that a lot. That means a lot. That means a whole lot. Definitely, I'm glad I got the glasses on so y'all don't see me tearing up. My get a little teary eyed, you know what I'm saying, for that. But definitely that means a lot, Octavius. Before you go, give information on the award show this weekend, and also give out to social media.
It's www WCHHA, acronyms for West Coast Hip Hop Awards.com. It's Saturday at the Adelanto Stadium in Adelanto, California, which is outside LA in the Victorville area. We're gonna have the car show out there. We're gonna have the lowriders out there. We're gonna have the rappers out there. We're honoring a lot of people that's in the business too. Violet Brown and a whole bunch of people, man. It's gonna be a beautiful day, pop locking and all kind of stuff going on, man. But it's really for the networking. It's for people to come together and show how we can help each other. So all I do, basically, I put everybody in a room together, and they figure out what they need from each other and make it work. He might want to come in and get a verse. He might want to come in and get a beat. He might want to come in and get engineering. He might want to come in and do a music video. So we got movie people there. We got engineers there. We got DJs there. We got a little bit of everybody, and of course the artists. So if it's somebody that you've been wanting to do a song with, I don't cut out the middleman for you. You can go directly to them and get what you need from them. That's what we're here for, to help each other. How can we help each other? And that includes the young people versus the old people. You know, some of the old cats, you know, they so jaded, they so mad that they never made it, so they be mad at the young people. The young people mad because the old people won't let them in, or they think they know everything. You can't tell them nothing. So we just trying to make that be that bridge for the old and the new, so everybody can connect together and get what they need out, so we can move our culture and our music forward. Man, I'm tired of everybody eating off our music but us. And that's a shame. That music should come back into our community. It should be traveling through our community 10 to 15 times, man. Every time somebody buy a song, man, you go buy black artists that got clothes, buy their clothes, you know, buy their CD, download their music, man. It helps everybody if we come together. I wish the sisters would come together and, man, and buy hair care product stores and open up our own stores. Why the Asians always got to have our hair? We got to go over to them. You know, it's crazy. You know, we need our own banks, man. We need our own money. You know, there's 48 million of us here in America, right? And it, just imagine if, just let's take the kids out of it. Let's just say 40 million. Just imagine if we put $40 million in the bank, a dollar each from everybody. $40 million a week, a dollar a week, bro. That's $40 million in the bank a week, right? In 2 weeks, we can give everybody black in America $1 million. Give it to them. Because if you're waiting around for reparations, you ain't gonna never get them. That's a debt they owe, and they never want to pay it. But we can pay ourselves. All we got to do is look into ourselves and say, you know what? Fuck it. We finna pay ourselves, and we can do it overnight. Everybody will be free. But that concept go over people's mind. And then, okay, we give you $1 million, you're gonna blow through it because you ain't had that kind of bread. Well, I get it. Okay, but now the second time you get money, you're gonna have to borrow it, but it'll be a low ass interest rate. See, and what's happening with the other people, they get low interest rates, but our interest rates be high as hell. You can go try to buy a car, it's high as hell. Try to buy a house. Oh man, they make it so difficult for us to buy a house. But guess what? If we got our own bank and our own money, we can loan money to ourselves at low interest rates. So we can afford, no money down, and $1,000 a month for a big ass house. There's big houses all across the country. It's foreclosures we can buy, but we'll have money to do that, and we'll continuously have money in the bank to back anything we want. Whether you want to go to college, whether you want to, start a business, or whether you want to start buying property or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We got our own bank without them high interest rates. Watch how quick them banks be trying to get you back over there. You know what I'm saying? Once we got our own money, they'll trip out.
Facts. No, big facts. Big facts, Octavius. Now you definitely telling it tonight. I appreciate you for jumping on tonight, and I definitely look forward to talking to you again soon. Appreciate the award. That's just, man, that was mind blowing for me right there. For sure. And I see we had the superstar maker in here too as well. Superstar maker, are you still in here, Kermit? You gonna take yourself off mute? I see you in the. You have to do the other account. We got you in. Go ahead.
On the record.
Okay, I had to mute my other one. What's going on?
Yes, sir. We got Octavius in the building. He was talking about the distribution game. Something we were talking about a few weeks ago too, as well. And I wanted to see, could we get your opinion on that as well? Like what he was saying about the West Coast being blackballed, all those different things that you had talked about too as well. He chimed in on, and as far as the distribution and the streams that we're dealing with in 2024.
Well, the streams was an absolute joke. I'll tell you that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like back when I got my deal with Universal back in 2010, I pressed up my own stuff, even though I had to jump through hoops. I had to put it in a 30 count box. The box had to be marked a certain way, had to be wrapped a certain way, had to be on a skid. The skid can only be delivered on like something like Wednesday between 12 and 2. But I did all of that because I wanted to be in control of what was pressed up and what was sent to them. With a lot of people, because part of the thing back in the day was a company called Southwest Wholesale. in Houston, Texas, was caught duplicating artist stuff. And another company out of Atlanta, I can't think of the name right now, they were doing the same thing. A friend of mine had gotten 60 promo CDs, and the 60 promo CDs was marked the UK, and this company didn't even have permission to even have CDs in the UK. So there's a lot of weird stuff going on. You need to have somewhat control or trust over the people that you're dealing with, and a lot of people in the past wasn't doing that. But yeah, he mentioned a lot of names. Of course, I know. Like I remember Hammer back when he was selling CDs. I'm gonna say albums out of vinyl out of his trunk or whatever. Just almost every name he mentioned. Of course, for me with him, because I'm celebrating 50 plus years in the music industry myself. So I go for so far back. I tell people I knew Andre Harrell when he was in the group Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde back in the day. And then he became the vice president of Rush Communications with Russell Simmons. Then Russell went on to do Def Jam with Rick Rubin, and Andre Harrell went on to do Uptown Records and have Mary J. Blige, Al B. Sure, Heavy D, and others on that label. So I kind of go far back. I was working with Rap A Lot the year before the Ghetto Boys took off. So when the Ghetto Boys took off, I was like, that was great. But they had another group. I couldn't give it away. I forgot who it was. It was two guys, and then MC Hammer. Not MC Hammer. Master P. I remember back when Master P had a Christmas maxi cassette on TRU back in the day. And I know, like, we've interviewed him like 3 times, but I know he probably get embarrassed every time I talk about this TRU maxi cassette or whatever. But it is what it is, and salute.
Master P started his record thing out in the Bay Area too, by the way.
You said who?
Master P started his record store and all that in the Bay Area.
Yeah, I think it was in Richmond. I think it was Richmond,
right outside of Oakland.
Yeah.
Octavius Miller also was on Rap A Lot Records. R.I.P. to Seagram Miller.
Yeah, and also I promoted E40's sister Sugar T. I promoted her perfume line way back in the day. I forgot how we even hooked up, but I was doing that long time ago. And when she joined Clubhouse, I gave her the invite to join Clubhouse. And I know she has a new record out here. But yeah, Punch, that's about it.
Definitely appreciate that. Appreciate just all the game that y'all share every week, on the show too as well, because a lot of time, like people my age, even people younger, or even people that just not really knowledgeable about what happened, it's just priceless game that we were able to receive from y'all. You know what I'm saying? So, like, especially how he was talking about how the West Coast was blackballed and all those different things, and how everything works and how it built up to today. That I always find that to be very interesting. Definitely appreciate that. Appreciate everybody tonight. This was gonna be a short show, one of our shorter shows, but I do want to play a few before we get out of here. Definitely appreciate Octavius again for popping in on us tonight. Matter of fact, OG, I got kicked out, so you got to make me co-host again, so I can share.
Okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, kick me out.
Also, as far as the blackball thing, I'm not familiar with it, but to me, anybody that's not dealing with the major label is blackballed any damn way, damn near. So that's part of that game. Hold on, let's see what's going on here.
That seems like almost everybody in 2024. Well, a lot of people, most people not on labels anymore. Maybe doing distribution and different stuff like that. So it's like that. I guess that give you a insight on how the game really works from the inside out.
Well, I've had relationships with a lot of the presidents of different labels, and I'm still in contact with them. They'll call me happy birthday, Merry Christmas, all that stuff. And I just see like I've seen. Matter of fact, if I shared everything I knew about the record industry, I wouldn't even be here next week. I'd be dead some damn where. I just put it that way. So I'm gonna leave that there.
Wow. Hey, Punch, thank you for playing my video too, man. I wanted to say that before the show was over with it. I appreciate that, my brother. Welcome to Skunkville.
No problem. No problem. Salute. Definitely salute for setting this interview up and continue to connect us and give us good information too as well. We appreciate that as well from y'all. And also salute to our people on the panel too as well. I see y'all in the chat. Y'all definitely been tapping in the whole time. And let me make sure. Yep, I'm back on.
Hey, also, just so they know, Punch, we
Yeah.
got a great guest tomorrow, Johnny Britt, who actually was he was I think the music director for the movie, the Temptations movie, and you know, a lot of other famous different things. I'm trying to take this damn YouTube off before you get me suspended. Hold on.